cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host Slash, Freddie G, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. What's up, fellas, and welcome to another True Tuesday episode. Man, today I thought we'd talk about our city, H-Town. If you haven't known or heard, last couple of weeks, there's been a viral video going around with Bow Wow and a fellow podcaster, Shannon Sharp, talking about how it's something different about H-Town. And, you know, we all have been born and raised here, and, you know, this is something that we were already aware of and felt that was pretty much a hidden secret, in my opinion. You know, even when I joined the military, I can remember just boasting and bragging about how live I thought H-Town was. And, you know, it was only until a couple of my Navy buddies actually visited the city and they saw what I already knew. Mm-hmm. Well, because this video has, like I said, gone viral, even before the video, actually, the city, you know, a lot of people had seemed to have been coming to H-Town for vacations, you know, and I just thought we'd talk about some of the things that we feel is what's drawing people to the city, as well as, you know, not just good, but some of the bad things that we also deal with to try to make sure that even though they're coming, we want to make sure that they lead this motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I feel that sets us apart, man, you know, I've been lucky enough to, when I was in the military, I was stationed in California for about 5 years. And I kind of always compared Cali to H-Town. And yeah. I thought that there was really no difference other than we were often thought of as being a slow city. You know, when people say Houston, they think of, you know, cowboys and shit of that, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot more, you know, we have a lot to offer here in H-Town, and I just thought we have opportunity to brag on our city right now, and like I say, just give our opinion on why we feel, you know, people are finally getting, you know, the message that, you know, Houston is thriving and is a hot city to come and get your party on in.
Well, yeah. Speaking of parties, when I was younger, when I was clubbing, I don't club like that anymore. The one thing that always set us apart from any other city, even San Diego, like San Diego after hours, you can go to the club till 2, but after hours, usually at the hotels. It wasn't a real club you could go to. And if it was far few in between that you can go to after 2 p.m.
Right.
Houston has always had, and I've had the luxury to been to Oakland and San Francisco, they did, but those are the only cities that I know of. Atlanta, a lot of people that go to Atlanta, they say ain't nothing to do after 2. Nothing. They'll tell you in a minute. We have the luxury of having after hours. There was places we could go till 6 a.m. in the morning. Mm-hmm. I know we had a place called the Living Room. That would go, I think, Frankenstein's. There's a lot of places.
Pink Monkey.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that we could go and party till 6 a.m. A lot of cities don't have that. That's one of our luxuries we have that a lot of cities didn't have.
I think that would be beneficial for the younger generation.
Right. Well, that's what I said when I was younger. Yeah. That was one thing I would always hear people that would come to Houston. They're like, man, you could party all day till the sun come up here. People would say that all the time about Houston.
One thing I think that sets us apart, man, is our culture.
Oh yeah.
We've been trendsetters, I feel, in several markets. You know, the music market, you know, the screw genre, which was started here in H-Town, on to dancing. I just think, you know, our culture, food. Some of the slang that you hear being said, you know, it's all originated here in H-Town. And when people come here, and witness it firsthand, I think that's when the light bulb goes off, and they see that this is not what we imagine it to be. Because again, I think when people, just from the opinions I got when I was in the military, anytime I mentioned where I was from, and like I said, I would brag on it. The reactions, the responses I would get would be as if we were just an old country western, city.
Yeah.
But again, we were far from that. I guess that's kind of like when we think of Africa, you get a certain visualization of how and what you think Africa is if you've never been there. But
right.
I hear it's totally different, and it's actually more modernized than what a lot of people actually think.
Mm-hmm.
We also offer a lot of great restaurants here in H-Town.
A lot.
Yes. I think we're underrated when it comes to comparing, food with all these other major cities that's known for their food. I think the only thing that we're really known for here is barbecue. But it's a variety of cuisines that you can actually, Houston is very diverse. So you can imagine with it being diverse, we have a variety of restaurants that you can choose from or select. Other than just your standard, Americanized foods. So it's just plenty of things that this city offers, that as well as job opportunities. That was one of the main things I think people were starting to move to H-Town for, was because of the job opportunity and the job market.
The job market, yeah.
Now with that comes, traffic, which is one of the downfalls to living in Houston.
Yeah.
If you want to ask me.
I'll tell you, it is.
We have a couple of major highways that during rush hour and in the morning, you will deal with traffic depending on where you reside or choose to reside in Houston. But
yeah,
Right.
So leave your house an hour early.
Yeah, I can say this though. I remember I told you earlier I lived up in Oakland area, San Francisco. It was Vacaville, California, but it's like 30 minutes away. And we haven't got here. It could be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and on 85, and it is jam packed like it's 12, like it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Always. Now we haven't got there yet. So if you trying to move here from in San Francisco, Oakland area, we don't have traffic like that 2, 3, 4 in the morning where you're sitting in traffic unless it was a bad accident. And of course that's anywhere. But other than that, it's just jam packed when it's rush hour, when we going to work, 8 a.m. 8 to 9, somewhere around there.
Now, K Money, I'm gonna tell you how I knew that Houston was a trendy city. It started from, I was a kid years and years and years and years ago, and man, I didn't know nothing about a vehicle besides the cars my parents had,
Right.
And then I start, living in the neighborhood. You're gonna see cars, and they gonna have them painted. Remember it wasn't candy paint back then. It was like not even pearl, but it was
It was a pearl, wasn't it?
no, it had flakes.
Flakes.
Oh, the flakes.
Oh, yeah, the
It was
flakes.
flakes.
Yeah.
That started the paint. It wasn't candy paint. It was flakes.
Flakes.
It was 5 vision mirrors. So you had a mirror in the front, like your rear view mirror, but it had 5 different portions where you could see all across the back of your window in these mirrors. You could see every angle. There was also the French antennas.
Yeah.
Y'all remember the French antennas?
Oh, yeah.
And of course, this is what started the era of elbows. So now when y'all see these guys out here and they got, rims that stick out 20 feet past the car. Well, they didn't used to do that. It started out as it was really a thing to where you couldn't ride these rims if you wasn't a real dude, street dude. Let me use that. If you wasn't a street cat getting street money, you weren't supposed to ride these rims. That's what that era was back then, and this is 80s. So now it's changed, and even so back then it was a certain type of vehicle you had to put these rims on.
Yes, sir.
Now they putting them on anything.
Any and everything.
And I'll tell you, as a true live Houstonian that's been around the hood and seen swingers, some of this shit looks dumb and stupid. How some of these cats is putting these rims and they sticking out too far. Now I'm not hating on because you got them and what you paid for them. It just don't look good. The
Hey, but
shit's
the rims
retarded.
shouldn't cost. They shouldn't be on a car that they cost more than.
Right. The car should be at least worth $60,000-$70,000
Right.
if you're gonna put these rims on there. Now the rims ain't that much. The rim you might can get you a set for $2,500, $3,000, something like that. But damn, make sure that the motor costs more than the. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah. So Houston is a very trendy city, and I mean we start trends, but we were able to see this as kids, and I think that's what made a lot of people from Houston talented, or just having the mindset to want to do something, because we've seen people do stuff. It's not a lot of cities, and I guess what I'm trying to say is we are very influential. There's been a lot of different influential things to take place in Houston that keeps us on this same little wave where we got to have more than just being a regular city life,
So, K-Money, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
When Shannon Sharp and Bow Wow was having their discussion, I did see it. I saw it, by the way. And when they were having their discussion, they also mentioned that they thought about moving to Houston.
Right.
So I got a question for you. When they were saying Houston was live and Houston was all of that, and I'm paraphrasing here,
Right.
what do you think they were talking about? Because they were never specific about what they were talking about. But it was clear that they were on the same page and talking about the same thing, but they never specified what they were talking about.
That's facts. In my opinion, and I also saw that interview. I presume that they were speaking of the women here in H-Town.
Yeah.
And again, this is something that we've known for a while, that we've definitely had some fine women in our city, and not just the females, but I think also that club scene that they were at, just how we club is I ain't gonna say it's different, but our culture goes along with how we club out here, and we just do things our way, man, and I just feel it's live. I'm being biased. I can't stop bragging about it, but I'm happy that we're getting the exposure finally that we're getting, because I just feel it's long overdue.
So you don't think that? Think about when we. So first of all, before I even go there, first of all, I actually believe that we've already gotten the exposure. I think that certain individuals on a certain level of fame that you wouldn't expect
Right.
to speak on Houston in that way makes us feel like we're now just finally getting our exposure. I think, honestly, we got our exposure, but this is gonna sound crazy. I think we got our exposure from the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, they had a lot to do
Let me
with it.
tell you why. Now, the exposure that we got is that we were dangerous, that this was a dangerous city.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the world looked at their map and saw Houston, Ghetto Boys. And I say that because I too was in the military, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would tell individuals where I'm from, yeah, I got the country part down, to where, man, y'all kind of country down there. But I think that they just looked at it from a region standpoint of where we
Texas.
were on the map.
Texas.
Where we were
Right.
on the map. We were considered down south.
We were
and
in
anything
Texas.
down south
Cows and horses.
is country.
Country,
Right.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? But what I also would get is the Ghetto Boys. Man, Fifth Ward rough, Fifth Ward did.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you had to kind of let them know, hey, we got Third Ward, we got Fourth Ward, we got South Park, we got.
South
you got to
Lawn,
kind of,
yep.
you got to kind of lace them up and let them know we're bigger than just what the Ghetto Boys are talking about too.
Right, right.
But I think the Ghetto Boys is what really got the focus, and then the trends, the when the trends and stuff start happening, I think that's the screw era, man.
Now I would say, as far as the females, because if I listen to Shannon Sharp and he Bow Wow kind of compared it to the women in Miami
And Atlanta.
and Atlanta, and said no, it's Houston. I would say every video after, from tipping on Fofo's on, relating to the women down here, those videos really got the women on as far as the type of women we have down here on the map. Every video from tipping on Fofo's, everything after that as well.
I think in Texas and California, when it comes down to the women, I think, to me, that's where the running mate is in California.
I don't know, man.
I don't
Florida
know.
isn't that
I don't know
strong.
about that, man.
Florida
Yeah.
isn't strong.
And I'm finna say this too. Especially in LA. A lot of those people, the gorgeous, and of course we see Hollywood and all that
Yeah.
stuff. A lot of those people are from other places trying to make it famous. In
Right,
LA,
right.
So they're
Yeah.
not originally
They're
from
not
there.
from
So
LA.
now let me show you something about H-Town. Where do y'all see them at? The girls that they talk about, where do y'all go and y'all see them? Because I don't see them.
Well, I'm married and I stay at home.
But I'm saying,
I see him at Walmart.
Yeah,
see him at Walmart.
You see them everywhere,
you
man.
can probably see them at HEB.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure they'd be at H-Town. Now, they here, and I'm going to say that, they here.
Then too, look at it this way too. The people who are giving Houston, we're speaking of Shannon Sharp and Bow Wow, right?
Yeah.
So we know that the money is up there, right?
Right.
So they're looking at different type of women too,
Right.
not just black women.
Yeah.
They're looking at white women.
Yeah, because
They're
we
looking at
have
Hispanic
everything here.
women. They're looking
Yeah.
at everything. And think about the caliber of women that they deal with, that they probably mess with too. You know, now it could be some on some stripper level type stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, but they're here.
They here. That's true.
Now to answer your question / you said you were asking where did they see him at?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you the club.
Now, certain places you go, they're there. But here's the catch. So many places you can go.
Yeah.
And they in every last one
Every
of them.
last one.
You can go to a different spot, and I like to try different places just to hang out. You know, maybe a Sunday during the daytime. You got your normal spot where you go and you're going to see people, you know, that you're probably familiar with a certain side of town. But then when you go to a different place that you've never been before and you see this different group of women over there, you're like, well, wait a minute. So, man, just to be, my thing be, how can I leave this spot? When I leave here, where am I going to go and see something better? That's what I'm doing. I'll be on some, hey, okay, it's live over here. But if I leave here, when I go over here, what am I expecting to see over here? Because they here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They here, man.
And Monday through Sunday, you know, it's something to do in the age.
It's something, yep.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
You can literally, so for all you out-of-towners that plan on moving here to Houston, if you better have your good job if you like to do things, because you can literally go broke trying to go and party every night
Every
in
day,
Houston.
yeah.
There's something to do every day.
Yep. Oh, also have a car.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no,
oh
ain't
my
it?
goodness,
Yeah,
have a car because you don't have
Yeah.
one. Well, you got Uber, but
Now, damn Uber.
But damn Uber,
Because
yeah.
Uber, you only going to go so far.
Yeah.
You got to have your own
That's
shit.
one
Have
of the
your own car.
that's one of the downsides, downfalls
It's
of
so
living in
huge.
H-Town. It's spread.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
is kind of spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, and look at it too this way too. Think about the top 5 major cities, population wise, right? I don't think when you're looking at like New York, I don't think our traffic is nearly as bad as New York.
No.
Well, not to cut you.
Yeah,
I've been
go
there before. Mm-hmm. Traffic is trash. It's
Yeah.
horrible there. But the only reason it's horrible there is because everything is congested.
Okay, but
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying.
Our
The
traffic is not as bad.
Our traffic is not as bad. Now it doesn't matter the reason why. I think our traffic is even worse
That shit's
because of a
horrible.
lot of construction that we got
Our
going
shit
on.
horrible, man.
We got a lot of construction going
And
on.
always
Everywhere.
say begin with
So
construction.
that I think that plays a part
Yeah,
in our
it's-
traffic being bad. But what I'm saying is like I think New York traffic is worse than Houston. I think California, LA traffic is worse than Houston.
Definitely.
And so I don't think you can get around no matter what city you're in, I don't think you can get around not being in the traffic.
Yeah.
And currently, H-Town is the fourth largest city.
It's probably gonna pass that up in a little while.
we're behind Chicago, and that's just by like 300,000, which I think we'll probably surpass
pass that
in the next 2 years.
That's right.
Another benefit of living in H-Town is the cost of living. You mentioned one of you guys mentioned having a lot of money. So, like I did mention earlier, the job market was pretty fair and decent down here. So that's another thing that's drawing folks down here to the H is the cost of living, because in Cali we know it's expensive to live in California, and I was fortunate enough to have a townhouse in Cali, and I coincidentally got the same model here in Texas when I moved to Houston, and the price range was extremely different, and that opened my eyes right there, and that's kind of when I really saw the difference in regards to the cost of living. It was probably about $500 difference.
That's good.
Yeah. And I had a 2-bedroom apartment in Cali.
Oh, I remember that. Oh.
And me and my homeboy had a 2-bedroom, and man, the rent there was
in the 90s.
in the 90s.
2000.
No, early 90s.
No, it probably was about
18, 16, 1600.
Yeah,
I think it
probably
was
about 14,
14,
like that.
1600
in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 1650. I think it was 16.
Yeah, I knew a couple of people that lived there, but they lived that Hollywood lifestyle.
I
so
lived
to
in the
speak.
hood too.
Yeah, well, that's. But you think about the small homes, a 3-4 bedroom home in California is $1 million. You know what I'm saying? A single family home in California is worth $1 million. Well,
That's true.
it's $1 million is what the price tag is on it.
It's so crazy. My brother was playing. I think it was $15.50 or something like that. We were paying $15.50 in California. My brother rent was $230 here in Houston. This is in the 90s. $230 compared
Well, where
to
did he live in the 90s with $230?
Woodfair.
But wait, believe it or not, Woodfair
Woodfair was nice.
It was
in the
nice
90s.
back then.
In the 90s, it was nice.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Hey, I'm finna tell y'all a little story.
Yeah.
And this is okay. So I know an individual, right? And remember, I forgot which one of these hurricanes had come. I want to say it was before Harvey, but this was like in the early 2000s. I can't remember. I want to say Hurricane Ike. So this individual was living in the hood in some pretty shabby apartments, right? Mm-hmm. And so his apartments was affected by the hurricane really, really bad. So he had to get assistance to be relocated somewhere, right? So what they were doing was putting people up in hotels,
Right.
In hotels,
Kind of like FEMA.
yeah, right. And so he called me. He's like, man, what's up, man? You know, everything fair with you, blah blah blah. He said, man, my place got messed up. He said, but they put me up in a hotel. He said, man, you ain't gonna believe where they put me. I said, where they put you? He said, they said they had to put me where I was equal. These are his words. Where I was equally living in. I said, man, where they put you? He said, man, they put me in Ladette Motel.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh my God!
Now, for those who know where Ladette Motel is
You do
located,
not sleep in that bed
No,
at
sir.
all.
You don't close your eyes.
You
don't
do
close your eyes
nothing.
to
You
that,
just
man.
hit and go.
He
And
said,
that's it.
man, they put me in Ladette Motel.
Ew.
And Ladette Motel is
Full of fiends.
Is a dope fiend
yeah.
rundown
Yeah,
motel
it's in the hood.
in Third Ward.
on a corner.
I'm glad you mentioned hurricanes, Freddie G, because that's something that we definitely will experience pretty much every year in Houston. It's hot weather during the summer. Definitely it's hot, but we have hurricane season, and again, we don't deal with major hurricanes every year, but we will deal with, at least 2 or 3, that may affect Houston, every year. So that's, again, just one of the things that you may want to consider if you are thinking about moving this way. Again, Houston is a big city that's growing every day, and it has a lot to offer. And I think it was one of the best kept secrets in America, in my opinion. And I could be biased in saying that because I think everybody's proud of the city that they're from. But H-Town finally is getting the notice that I think it's been long overdue for, and I'm just proud to be a Houstonian. Appreciate y'all joining us, man. Come back next week. Peace. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for another episode of Women Wednesday with Freddie G. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. And to all my 52 Scott faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.